It's a little bit of a skirmish here to the top side. Ole, more than any other support, I see finding himself in these little fights that he's getting out of for now. But once people start to figure it out, it might be a little bit harder for him to make those moves.
He definitely plays that aggressive roaming Bard very well. You know, he's been able to create some stuff for Immortals early on in conjunction with Smithy.
Very close.
You can tell Immortals, though, even with this lead, I know they're kind of poking the bear right now. As TSM's five-man squad is very formidable as far as the team fighting goes. If they can nail down someone. Pobelter right now in mid lane, it's a little bit of a harassment, but he's able to hold on to his ultimate.
Good push. Seems like they might use this for a little bit of vision control and adding a bit more cover. Sweepers are down for right now, so it's actually a scary move. You see power in numbers right now for the team as they head towards this top side.
Yeah, I
Will be met.
I actually like the strategy Immortals are going for here, trying to keep TSM spread out. You know, Pobelter's pressure is keeping Bjergsen just out of Galio ultimate range, but he's roaming up now. They're threatening this Olaf dive. As soon as he gets halfway, though, through the river, Immortals back off because they know the Galio ultimate coming in would be very scary. Doublelift's Ash Arrow is almost back off cooldown, and it's difficult to dodge both of those.
Interesting watching Pobelter match that roam as well, but now he starts to go down. Bjergsen's going to follow. That's not a chance for Bjergsen to go top, so we make it a 2v2 here in the bot.
Oh, there's the ultimate, but Pobelter roams down as well.
On that ward, they know what's coming as well.
I have to say, I mean, he's done a good job of either staying next to Bjergsen to threaten the charm. Uh-oh.
Whoa, Smithy going hard, kicks him into the T, and Svenskeren got a Ragnarok immediately, hoping there was enough from Bjergsen, but he just used the alt bot.
Svenskeren too slow there with his ultimate. He doesn't respect Smithy. Smithy goes for the flash play, instantly gets him, no reaction, and with a late Ragnarok, he still got kicked in. It didn't matter. As far as escaping, Immortals again, just so quick with their execution. Gain some more advantages.
Snap Judgment 6-1 now. A 3,000 gold lead as they extend it, and finally Cloud Drake finds some friends. They're going to be taken down on the side of Immortals.
My goodness, I mean, so many people in the offseason were talking about the Smithy and Dardoch trade, and it seemed like almost everybody just assumed CLG won that trade, and the Dardoch end was better, but Smithy on Immortals has looked just so good. Much better than last split. And again, with a very crisp play there, able to extend that lead and add some extra speed to their team with the Cloud Drake.
I mean, he did say he's a team that he could put a voice to. There's a lot of players on the team that can already make these plays, make these moves. They just have someone make that definitive, where to make those plays and make those moves.
Yeah. All that being said, I still think Svenskeren should have respected Smithy and and Ragnarok early.
Absolutely.
So he doesn't get kicked in. All right, another Ash Arrow down too, though. Doublelift just using that. So TSM, they still have to play around those windows. As much as we keep talking up this big, AoE engage that they have with Ash Arrow into the Olaf and Galio plus Zyra, they keep missing Ash Arrows. It's not going to be able to hold anyone in place long enough to make it happen. And Immortals have done a very good job of playing the map here.
We do what we must.
See that turret in mid go down. As we said, it was going to be a big fight, and structures were going to start falling. Immortals now have a much easier time getting into the jungle. Svenskeren just getting a ward over the wall. He just got back up and used his Ragnarok again. Going to be tough for anything initiation side from TSM. Grasping Roots as Biofrost tries to deliver as much damage as he can before IMT gets out.
Okay, so Biofrost takes a bit of damage there as Ole sneakily gets back out.
So I said we're going to rename him Trolle.
All right, though.
Everywhere.
For TSM, they do have a little bit of good news here. Hauntzer has gotten to that 2-item set on Fiora. He's continued to farm despite his 3 deaths. Scaling up here. Does have the AoE for pushing the wave as well as the extra speed now. And it's getting a little bit worrisome for Flame because even though, they got a lot of kills on a Hauntzer, Flame didn't get any of the kill credit. Smithy, though, is coming down to try and keep Hauntzer honest still.
I like that. Keep him honest. Because this very well could turn into a 2v1 situation where Haunter comes out with an outplay.
Yeah, you can definitely see how the confidence is rising, though.
TSM control over the Baron pit, and the Xmithie and the team say, all right, we'll make sure mid has to be respected as they start to route it down. Tempered Fate, Biofrost could be the hit. They have to focus, though, as he is now the back line. And a big hit onto Xmithie. He's going to go down first with the focus of TSM. They get caught, but yeah, Svenskeren finds himself falling as well. Pobelter still in a spot to try and push the lane / get a pick. He's not fully joining the team yet.
Ooh, yeah, it is interesting because while Flame tried to stand United into the fight, Xmithie died before it completed, so that means that Flame still gets the push on the bottom side. And, you know, Immortals do have slight wave advantage here, but as we said, Haunter now with red buff, definitely way more scary for Flame to deal with in a 1 versus 1. Let's take a look at this as Xmithie actually, this time around, he goes in right on Svenskeren and kicks him super early. Looks like they kind of wanted to abort the mission, right? They were hoping that they had more focus fire and more of a man advantage, but Pobelter still ends up finishing that kill onto Svenskeren, and just ends up being that little bit of a gold trade. No objectives afterwards. All right, definitely going to really put more emphasis on their extra warding here, because Immortals, they'd like to make that play again, but with the extra vision, so you know they can dodge things like the Ash Arrow. Bjergsen at least now, no flash available on the Galio, so it makes Galio's initiation so much more telegraphed, and he's a little bit slow with a lot of his animations. So Bjergsen's time now is supposed to be getting creative, right? Finding a bush to come out from our, oh goodness!
I blinked.
Pobelter trails the split push, immediately moves in to take down Haunter, and
you can see how confident now Immortals becomes. Obviously, Svenskeren has to back due to safety, but Ole even confident enough to just keep chipping away, getting himself into trouble at some point there. The team's going to be behind him soon. The split push in the bot by Flame has not ended yet, and TSM's going to have to figure out how to call the audible here.
Yeah, this is Immortals' time to shine. The split pusher is dead. Haunter doesn't have teleport either, so they're going to 5-man the Baron. Brute force here. Sven does have his ult. He could run in for a smite steal.
Ghost isn't up. He would be walked in, but like you said, ult is there, so it won't really matter.
Oh, Bjerg!
He comes at Bjergsen, hardly taking any damage, but delivering across 3 members of Immortals. The front end burst is too much for Immortals to handle. On the backside, Flame is going to be there, but TSM doesn't want the fight anymore. They're going for the objective.
Haunter is back up. They would take a lot of damage on Baron. They're going to force it right now.
Tempered Fate, great job on the double lift. That stops a good amount of damage onto the Baron, but will it be enough to stop them from wanting it?
Haunter's almost there, so that's a pretty big threat, but it looks like Cody Sun and Flame want to take it.
Ole's an instant kill if Haunter's over the wall. You can see his positioning to dash over, but he uses it to Baron. Cody Sun trying to lock one down. Flame goes in for the last hit on the team. Flame gets Biofrost. 20 or 2,000 health on Baron. Double kill for Flame. Ole goes in, he dies. Haunter's going off. Baron gets taken by Bjergsen, and TSM are looking to clean up the fight.
Uh-oh, Cody Sun's got nowhere to run, and Haunter should be able to hunt him down here if you're with the extra Q range, but Cody Sun's got the Cloud Drake, and he's on the run. He can go for the execute. He's got the blast code. He's going to make it.
Oh, the volley coming in from double lift. Not going to be in range. They're cross lane now. Is he actually going to? He can't try to get out.
He better go for the execute.
He was going for the long execute. They know the time was up a bit ago. Didn't want to chance it.
Victory calls.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Sound the march.
"30 seconds until minions spawn.
Only actions truly speak. A Demacian does not retreat.
Minions have spawned.
Find me an immovable object, and I'll put this question to rest.
I just got
I
a
may be
joke.
outnumbered, but not even the odds can stand against me. Their lives are short. Do not bore me. Here's a tip and a spear. Triumph! Press the assault. Perish with honor.
First blood. Ally has been slain.
Always forward. My king commands.
An ally has been slain.
Fate has made its choice.
Think you could run.
It shall be done. The warrior. My king commands. A Demacian does not retreat. Triumph! Assault. Her spirit is never broken. Sound the march. Always forward. Only actions truly speak. Victory calls. Perish with honor.
An ally has been slain.
Only actions truly speak.
Two sides to every issue. My side
An
and the
enemy
wrong
has been
side.
slain.
Only cowards run.
It shall be done. Sound the march. Do not bore me. Always forward. To triumph! Victory calls. Their lives are Here's a chance.
Enemy killing
Her
spree.
spirit is never broken. A Demacian does not retreat.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
shall be done. Fate has made its choice. My king commands. Always forward. Sound the march. To triumph.
Ally has been slain.
Sound the march.
An ally has been slain.
Truly speak.
Enemy killing spree. A summoner has disconnected.
Cobalt just stopping out mid, but what a fight back and forth. TSM with Baron.
Yeah, exactly. We keep cautioning against this TSM AoE team fight. They have so many big tools, and with Immortals here grouped up inside the Baron pit, Bjergsen, we said he had to get creative, he got creative. Around the backside, Smithy even helps him in! Oh my god! Smithy delivers the dash that Bjergsen was lacking! AoE taunts the entire team! What a betrayal! Here we go, though. There's the escape as the rest of Immortals try and get out afterwards, and you know how that one played out. Oh, no. I didn't even catch that part, but
Feels good for Bjergsen.
Bjergsen got some help in getting creative there.
It's been so quick. Sometimes you don't think enough. I can kick him, but should I kick him? It's always the question in the end.
Answer for that one, nah.
Do not kick. Rewind. So a big surge for TSM in a game where, interestingly enough, seeing them backs against their walls for the beginning, holding off Immortals plays, after they had crushed down the first 2 turrets, but now it's back to even here. TSM grabbing up some second tiers for themselves. Does it once again go back into a full fight? Red buff goes over to Svenskeren. Looks like they're going to back off. Top push Haunter with respect to your left lane.
Oh my goodness, this might be remembered as one of the biggest betrayals of this North American split. Because now with Baron buff, that gave TSM so much room back into this game. The gold lead has shrunk to just 1,000. And TSM still with the Baron buff are pushing in for extra gold.
Whoops.
Pobelter though finds the assassination and wants another!
Oh, they're on a double lift now. Somebody stayed a little too long to play. Flames on a double lift. The kite's there though. He knows he can't reach it and he's almost trying to get back and forth. Double lift should be able to walk out of this one alive. But you still have to remember Haunter has top lane to himself. That brought Flame by.
Olay still on the case here with Bard trailing double lift. He's gonna make him run all the way back. Does he magical journey for the 1v1?
He's got enough damage
He's
with
got
the
the-
deep change. Makes him cleanse it out. No flash. Ignite's already off. Double lift.
One more journey. Olay is just
Summoner
tenacious
there. Is
on
he
the
going to
bar.
right? Is he going to left? He's got base gate. But like you said, wasting his time. Top lane gets taken down as Haunter does a little bit more work off the ball on the other side of the map. And slowly, TSM does what they do best and bring it to late game if they don't have a lead. Find a major fight where they can run it down mid.
Yeah, gold brought almost back to even despite Pobelter's work here, getting the assassination onto Biofrost. Just runs right into him and then uses the next charges here to go straight for double lift. With the Shen stand united, they secure at least 1 kill. They know they're gonna get this. Double lift has to use both summoners or that would have been a double. So big ups there for Pobelter, taking matters into his own hands.
Guardian Angel now for Haunter. He becomes much more formidable. Have to wait a little bit until he gets pushed up back to the top. TSM will organize that to happen basically at the same time with the rest of the waves. So they're adding that pressure for Haunter towards a different lane. Wards here from Immortals. Setting up with that Tempered Fate has been something they continuously go on. Olay on the side. Doesn't look like they want it just yet. They are waiting for Stand United if they were to get into a fight.
All right, Monster now has GA and Hexdrinker on top of his core build, and the split push Fiora has made it to the late game. TSM can rely on that for a guaranteed 1 lane of pressure. He still has to keep in mind, you know, Pobelter's roaming and the possibility of that Ahri trailing in for another kill. That's why that deep ward they just pinged out the by top lane is important, because Pobelter was going for the same play, and Haunter had to back off. Sven is wrapping around.
Oh, it's the pinch in.
Double
Double lift is
dead!
taken down immediately. Pobelter's trying to dash out. Svenskeren is charging and chasing the dashes.
Oh!
That's going to be the Guardian Angel down on Haunter. Flash is already down, so he is stuck in his spot if he can't dash away. Flame picks up that kill, and the rest of the fight was just a ride for TSM as they were chasing too much.
Pobelter is insane, man. He gets there with the flash, takes down the priority target. Double lift is dead, then kites out Haunter, even with the ultimate up. That was actually incredible, and Immortals are looking to capitalize off of it.
Straight down the mid lane. Bjergsen off to the left, still has time to backpedal home guard up to this inhibitor turret. If they can get Cody Sun on it, that's the damage they need. Olay and Xmithie already on the other side. This is going to be the kill as well on the Svenskeren. And now they're on the inhibitor turret, one after the other. TSM trying to guard alone, and they go down 15-6. Now spreading the gold lead a little bit more to 3K. Immortals is going to make it out through the journey to Pobelter, already pushing the bot lane. This was all the way from their second tier as Immortals has been working this after that mid-fight.
So much taken after that fight. I kind of want to see the replay of it, you know, to see if there was extra help from Olay setting it up. Regardless, though, Immortals get 1 inhibitor, multiple turrets, and they're not done yet.
They can't even push by it. The Winds of War is only doing so much to the front line. Biofrost half health after only a few spells hitting in from Pobelter, and they are out. So much action being taken on top of action from Immortals here. They want more, even if they're getting something.
Yeah, we definitely got to see that one again. Immortals get a pretty easy reset after the advantages too. All right, let's take a look at it because TSM are planning the flank. So they have Svenskeren coming around, and it is Olay, sets it up really perfectly with the Bard ult again, and the timing from Pobelter's Charm, just as the Bard ultimate wears off. Both of those guys deserve the credits.
Whoa.
And then the kite here lands the charm at the last seconds onto Hauntzer. Man, Olay's Bard, early game, so much power from him, creating plays around the map, all the escapes that you talked about as well from him, really taking matters into his own hands.
It's one of those where you see the guy trying to push the champion and himself to the limit of what they can do. To get out with 100 HP each time. It's so much fun to watch. Like we said, this is an exciting squad to watch this summer split from Immortals as they take much more action and take it into their own hands. 4,000 gold. Is there all right with what's going down on the bot side? If they can drop the members of TSM, it doesn't matter if you have the Drake and Bjergsen is in. This happened before. The taunt almost cannot. They can't burn through Bjergsen after that. And now up to the hero's charge, gets himself back down to help the team. But that is Hauntzer going down. Svenskeren as well. Even with Bjergsen being the initial focus, Immortals still has the time, the strategy, and orchestrate himself around the fight.
Yeah, he has to use Mercurial to get out of there, but Immortals still marching towards the end of the game. Olay has another great initiation, just barely catches Bio on the edge of that ultimate, and that's gonna be it.
And they say it's our game to be played. You can go for Dragon. We're gonna go for the fights. It will give us the Nexus. And Immortals seeing a few steps ahead. Immortals taking game 1 over TSM.
Whoa, look at that. Immortals do what Cloud9 could not, taking game number 1 here in their series versus TSM. What outstanding performances from multiple members on this team. Flame in the top side, combining with Smithy for that first blood.
Yep.
Then we've got the roams from Olay, Pobelter on the Ahri. Whew,
Incrementally, too.
look like they're a completely different team.
Absolutely. They didn't have to take down Flame a bunch. They took down Flame a few times, then they made sure they focused on other parts of the map. They made sure that Bjergsen's roams weren't getting off to too much. And Olay as well, helping out. It was like having the power of Xmithie somewhere else in the jungle, and they really just were able to catapult off that.
They drafted the extra mobility, but had to work around the stronger team fighting of TSM, and they used that mobility so well. Lots of picks.
Absolutely ridiculous for game 1. For more on that Immortals win, let's send it down to the analyst desk.
Thank you very much, Riv. Pick City. Is what we had there, referring to Kobe's comment there at the end. I mean, for Immortals, hey, a huge victory pickup here over TSM, who, you know, kind of trounced C9 just yesterday.
Welcome back to TSM versus Immortals. As you're watching the games today, make sure to jump on Twitter and share your answers to our question of the day. Which team has made the best offseason roster change and why? Make sure to use the hashtag NALCS, and we'll check in with your answers after the show during the NALCS tonight. Now, Xmithie also makes a good case for this if you obviously are going to be tweeting in, but he is in our game today, so let's talk about Xmithie.
Yeah, I mean, he had a really good game up until the kicking a taunting Galio into 3 members of your team. He did get them off to a very good start, though, and it was part of the reason why we saw Pobelter have such a good game as well. Pobelter, by the way, 13 KDA on that Ahri, 30% kill participation, and 447 damage per minute, so definitely a strong performance from him. We talked about the other components of playmaking in that team now that really brought it together. And this game just kind of made people realize, oh yeah, you know, with TSM's 2-0 victory over Cloud9, people kind of jumped ahead and they're like, oh, Doublelift is back.
It's in.
Back to that exact same team back from last year. However, you know, it's still a recent reacquisition, right? And they obviously talked about their own, you know, rust, quote unquote, that they have. So they're still working through some things and definitely have improvements to make as well. Very excited to see how the rest of this game does play out.
And just a little bit to speak to that in the communication sense, they're formulating another way to communicate once again. Obviously going back to something they used before, but finding that again. Here, Xmithie is injected in. He's saying, listen to these, and everybody's kind of following those calls, so it's not really...
Their lives are focused.
First blood.
To triumph!
An ally has been slain.
Only actions truly speak. Always forward. Fate has made its choice. A Demacian does not retreat. Perish with honor. It shall be done. My king commands. Victory calls. Do not bore me. Here's a tip and a spear. Only actions truly speak. To triumph! Perish with honor! Fate has made its choice. Sound the march.
An enemy has been slain.
The warrior spirit is never broken. Do Demacian does not retreat. Their lives are
An enemy has been slain.
The warrior spirit is never broken. Its choice. Their lives are full. To triumph! My king commands. Perish with honor. Do not bore me.
Down. An enemy has been slain.
It shall be done. Sound the march. And a spear hunted. Their lives are forfeit.
Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain.
Always forward. Only actions truly speak.
Ally has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed.
To triumph!
Shut down. Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Sound the march! A Demacian does not retreat. Always forward. Victory call.
You have been slain. An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
The
Your
warrior
turret
spirit
has been
is
destroyed.
never broken. A Demacian does not retreat. Fate has made its choice. done.
An ally has been slain.
The warrior spirit is never broken.
Your turret has been destroyed.
To triumph! Always forward. Victory calls. Sound the march. A democracy does not retreat.
An enemy is unstoppable. Double kill. An ally has been slain. An enemy is godlike. Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Shut down.
Victory calls. The warrior spirit is never broken.
Enemy is legendary. Your turret has been destroyed.
Only actions truly speak.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Always forward.
Rampage. An ally has been slain. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
To try. My king commands. It shall be done. Always forward. My king commands.
Ally has been slain. Dominating.
A Demacian does not retreat. Sound the march. Only actions truly speak. Victory calls. The warrior spirit is broken. The warrior spirit is never broken.
is respawning soon.
Victory calls. A Demacian does not retreat. Always forward. Only actions truly speak. My king commands. Sound the mark.
Legendary. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
A mixed voice, as it were, on TSM.
Seems
they're
to be
coming back
working
to
out
that.
pretty well for Immortals.
Looks confident.
All right, getting down that pick bands for number 2. TSM might want to get, some more proactive initiation for themselves. The Ash Arrow was basically their main engage as far as starting
Right.
off fights.
That first pick.
Olaf and Galio are great charging forward if there's something there to hold people in place. But they weren't able to find too many of the hits with the Ash Arrows, and were picked apart pretty well in the early game.
I did like the first composition from TSM. It looks super scary. You get hit with that combo, and over again, you wouldn't be able to touch it. The pick composition of Immortals was able to kind of find their way under the skin of TSM in the early game. And Xmithie's Lee Sin, we saw doing a bit of work here to get Flame going in the beginning, stop that Fiora, which actually we haven't seen Haunter on as of late too much, but also stopping that split push that could have been very, very big for TSM. Just waiting to hop into champion select for this one. Again, looking at the bot lane, Bard may be a factor here for TSM to look at, as Ole was actually grabbing Thresh bans yesterday as well, or a few days ago in their games. We've seen a bit of that coming back out, but playmakers from the support again is
Yeah,
gonna be
and one of the reasons I like it so much is it's difficult to ban all of the playmaking supports out,
Yeah.
right? Because there is so much variation. Thresh hasn't even shown up yet. Bard, Rakan, there are so many options there if you do want to go that route. And Ole definitely demands some respect on the Bard now. Take a look at jumping right into it though. Not too much variation so far. LeBlanc has been standard on blue. Same for Zach on red. pretty much all the ones that we expected in game number 1 ended up coming through. I don't expect a huge change. They are at least going to take out that Shen, which definitely proved very effective for Immortals in snowballing their lead.
Tahm Kench.
Oh.
Well,
That definitely signals to me that Immortals want to go for more playmaking and more picks. Tahm Kench is really good at denying a lot of the initiation that we're used to seeing from other supports. And Biofrost had a very good Tahm Kench game versus Cloud9 in number 2 of their series. So good ban there from Immortals, targeting Bio, targeting that bottom lane, and safety.
that Tom and that Lulu that Biofrost played. So we'll see what they decide to go with this game. Last ban, phase 1 for Immortals. What do they decide to go with here? Already got the Zac out of the way. We saw Ivern in phase 2 last time, not as big as he used to be. Maybe even the Lee Sin here, so Svenskeren can't get it to start things off. It's actually going to be the Talia as they're ready for that to come out.
It looks like, they're kind of taking the initiative in taking away some of those more proactive picks that we thought might come through from TSM this time. Talia, big on the roaming, obviously, and pushing in the wave early. So they're denying a possible tool for Bjergsen to get more involved.
Aurelion Sol is hovered, but the Caitlyn is taken, a ban from last game that neither AD carry was able to use, and now they get that for double lift.
All right, double on Caitlyn. Another one of the champions they had a very good performance on already. Scales very well right now. Also, the Hurricane still stacking headshots works for her. It's just very, very potent at the moment because she can push turrets so quickly and because she scales so well into the cheaper crit items that were changed in the recent patch.
Take a jungler, give a jungler, take your support, not show too much. And the Elise left up on this one. Both junglers actually getting a little bit of that. Smithy actually having some great games on the Elise and the Gragas recently.
Yeah, it's actually surprising that they don't go for the lock-in here.
Flame
Elise
neck.
has been super highly prized. Early Renekton pick, though, coming from Flame. I mean, there's not a lot that can really punish Renekton. Very strong laner, even on the current patch. Fled does fine into him, but it's not like it's a hugely advantageous lane for him. Regardless, though, I do expect, even though they didn't lock in that Elise early, I do expect Immortals to go for some more pick in their composition due to the Tahm Kench ban that they showed pretty early there. Svenskeren, though, on one of his main champions, Lee Sin. He has had quite a few highlights on it. And not going to let Smithy grab that one up again.
Go back to that Lulu support, a little more safety coming in for double lift. And we are all over the place with picks here in the start of the beginning phase. We'll see how IMT decides to end it out. It's going to actually be that Syndra takeaway. 10 seconds left if they lock it in from Bjergsen.
I like it right before the second phase of ban, so they can ban out, the Fizz or the Echo or whatever they're scared of Bjergsen running into the Syndra to try and get those early kills or assassinate her. Couple extra mid lane bans I do expect coming from Immortals in their second phase here. Meanwhile, TSM did lock in that classic combination, Lulu plus Caitlyn. Really good scaling for the late game, even after the nerfs. If they can get through that laning phase, and the laning phase itself is very strong. We already saw them beat C9's duo with it. Here come the mid lane bans, Ahri number 1. And Thresh already, as far as playmaking supports that we listed off before.
Interested to see. So they do go with the Fizz, really targeting Bjergsen here. 4, if you count the Syndra takeaway against Bjergsen this game from the red side of Immortals.
Yeah, no surprise there. Want to take out the stronger of the assassins here in mid lane. Echo is still an option that you can run into the Syndra. We haven't seen a tremendous amount of it from Bjergsen, but he definitely does play it. Plays it fairly well. So it's still an option on the table for them. They could also just go for control mage matching, since they do have, good late game team fighting already with the Caitlyn, backed up by the Lulu.
Have the Vlad down the list for him, if anything. It really gets tight. Cody Sun with 10 seconds left here. The one pick before we see how TSM finalizes their composition. And they take away the next shield in that composition, Karma, for Immortals.
Denying the double shields here to try and protect Caitlyn. You know, Karma or Lulu could go mid technically, but especially after the nerfs, I think Lulu's pretty much a support. So mostly, yeah, good takeaway there from Bjergsen. And you're talking about the number of mid lane focus bans.
Why not?
Doesn't matter, I guess. He could go right back to it. This is still flexible until their second pick, which doesn't really matter because we don't get anything in between.
I'm intrigued for 20 seconds. What could happen?
See what they stick Hanser on here, or if he's going to be the one in the top side versus Renekton. The Galio versus Renekton, you know, he just kind of tries to wave clear. Not going to be the case, though, and he'll run the Rumble. This one is definitely going to attract some jungler attention. Rumble versus Renekton, that one can swing pretty heavily. If Renekton gets early kills and can get to an early Hex Drinker, that gets very difficult for Rumble to actually stay in lane against, and then he has to look for more team fights with Equalizer. But Svenskeren is on that Lee Sin, so a lot of early playmaking possible.
Back to the Gragas after seeing what kind of composition they'll be working with. It was an Elise Hover in the first 1-2 for IMT here, but they decide dispersing the fight, breaking it up as TSM's going to be diving in with Meal.
Summoner's Rift.
Hope banishes fear, as sure as the sun does darkness.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
I'll lead the way to victory.
Minions have spawned.
Back to the shadows. Have no fear. Don't let my sunny disposition fool you. A beacon in battle. The elements are all at my disposal. Back off. Light them up. Without light, people lose heart.
First blood. An ally has been slain.
You cannot hide from the light. Light is but one of many paths.
An ally has been slain.
determination will see us through. You've let darkness take hold. Shine on! The brightest light starts as just a spark.
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Light strikes everywhere at once. The strongest light is the
An
one
ally
within.
has been slain.
As far as obstacles go.
Enemy double kill.
And first! Back in a flash.
Has been slain.
How much for 10 of these? Where there is shadow, I am light. Away with you! Lighting the way. Brilliance is a beacon.
Slain an enemy.
Avert your eyes! A candle in the dark, a beacon to the world.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
The one element I was lacking.
An ally has been slain.
Never give up. That wasn't very bright. Face me. Drink it all in. Guess I'm the lifeguard. Water seeks its own level. Use of surveillance is elementary warfare. The current guides me. How well can you swim? You're all wet.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Best to go with the flow in this case.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Drop by drop. The river charts its own course. Why limit myself to a single element?
Slain an enemy.
Wash it all away. Just doing my part. As a frequent shopper, shouldn't I receive a discount? Still waters run deep. I'm just beginning to plumb the depths of this power.
Has been slain. Double kill.
A drop in the bucket. Surge forward. Hold your breath.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Your turret has been destroyed.
Mistakes only prove you're trying.
An ally has been slain.
Thoughts are like water, shallow or deep. Let's see what we've been missing.
Slain.
To be fluid is to adapt. Time to go with the flow.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
The deepest wells hold the sweetest waters.
An enemy has been slain.
How much for 10 of these? Water gives life and takes it away.
An enemy has been slain.
Like the river.
An ally has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
Vision helps me better protect those in need. Shallow or deep. Let the wave break over you.
Enemy killing spree.
Dive, dive, dive. The one element I was lacking. deepest wells hold the sweetest water. Crash against them. Let's deny them the element of surprise. Water seeks its own level.
Give them room to spread their leaves.
Drown! There's no turning the tide, unless you're me. Get drenched.
Down.
Lose a good color on you. Fluid is to adapt. The absence of light. Gold is one element everyone respects. It'll all be over soon. The black rainbow devours the sun. There cannot be life without love. Just doing my part. Shielded from their watchful
Slain an enemy.
We began in the dark, we end in the dark. The one element I was lacking. The night is where I shine. Into the abyss. Without the dark, you would never know the light. Surrender to the darkness. evil. It's honest.
An enemy has been slain.
Everyone has a dark side. Fall in my shadow. Shadows are my friends now. Going dark for a bit. Does this come in multiple colors? I'm beginning to like the darkness. Wicked.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
The light will betray them.
Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Darkness doesn't hinder
An
me.
ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Are you afraid of the dark?